So when you get to the end of the roll, we're just going to show you how the splice table works, and also in this video we'll cover how the web guide operates. So we've got to the end of this roll. I know there's a bit left on, but for the purposes of the video we'll just say that's reached the end of roll. So we have some web clamps here, they're at either side, and these are the switches. So we'll put both of the clamps on, and then I'm just going to slice down it using the table, which has got a slot in the middle. So then we release the web clamp on the left side, not the right side, because we want that one to be held. And then we can take the roll of paper off. We've got a useful feature on the screen as well called Web Up. So I'm going to put the web up on, and what that does is it releases the brake, which means it's really easy to just spin that last bit back up. And then we need to deflate the unwind, which is done with this switch here. The other thing you'll notice on the screen, now I've deflated the unwind, it's saying diameter of new unwind roll. So before we put the new roll on, I've got it just sat here. We're just going to measure it. So it's measuring about 375 millimeters. So we just enter that figure in here. So 375 and enter, and then it knows what size roll we've put on. Once we start running, it calculates that automatically anyway, but obviously until it's done a couple of turns it doesn't know what size it's got, so that just gets it the right figure to start with. So using here, it gives us a chance also to show one of our roll lifters, so just need to get the levels right. And then we can just slide on this roll. It's a little bit low. It's a little bit low. Just a bit low. And I'm just going to measure the position here to the paper is 91mm from the back plate, so I'm just going to put the new roll on in the same place. So we're 91mm from the back plate. We have a web guide, so that'll take up any sort of errors anyway, but you want it to be somewhere near. So we'll inflate the unwind now, and that'll then grip it. And then we'll thread it up. So on the PLD we go over the first roller, under the second, like so, and then we need to make sure that we are to the inside of this metal bar here, and then we pull it up under the clamp, just line it up, put the clamp back on, and then we can slice through the paper. Got a splice tape dispenser on the table, which is really useful. So we can just lay that on there, something like that. Always sticks to everything when you're trying to do it in a video. Some more tape for the top, and then we're going to just slice down the edges like so, and that way it will stand a better chance of stripping. Release the clamps. While I've got the clamps on, it is useful to show you that it won't let me run or jog because the clamps are on. So you can't like forget to turn the clamps off and it snapped the paper. So as soon as I release the clamps, then the web clamps will go off. You'll see that we've still got web up on. Again, if you forget to turn that off, as soon as you hit the start button, you can see it's gone off automatically. So the splice is just going to come through now. We'll see how good my splicing actually is. See it there. Okay, that's gone through without any dramas. While we're on this video, I just wanted to just really go through the web guide as well. There's only really 2 buttons that you need to know on the web guide. We have this one, which is the center position, and when it's in the center position it just squares the rollers up, and this is always a good one to set the job up in the beginning. So you put your roll on and move your roll until you're in the right place with your paper, get it running exactly right with it in the center, and then when you've done that, still in the center position, what you can do is you bring the sensor into play, and you can see on the display as I bring the sensor in, you see how it starts to move across here. So you want to then set your sensor so your paper's in the right place anyway. You manually put it there, set that to the 0 position. It's at 0.2 at the moment. These are in millimeters. Just get it as close as I can to 0. That's 0.8, that's pretty close. Might get it a bit better. Yeah. 0.2, that's pretty good. 0.3. And then go to automatic. And now it's running off the sensor. When it's in the center position, it literally just centers up the guide and the sensor doesn't do anything. So it's important that you set the paper where you need it to start with, and then if your paper's in the middle to start with, your guide will be in the middle, because if you set everything up sort of not correctly and then your guide's already doing a lot of correcting just to get you where you need to be, then if your roll's a little bit out, if you're already on your extent, you'll soon run out of adjustment. So if you set it up in the center to start with, that on center, get your paper where you want it, move this till you get it to 0, flick that over to automatic so you're running off there, you'll not go wrong. And those are really the only 2 buttons you need on the web guide, just the automatic and center. Those are the only 2 buttons you need to use. That's it. Thank you.